Good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, depending from where you're watching us from. This is Oscar, your host, and with me tonight is Alberto. Alberto, how are you doing?
Hello, Oscar. Thank you so much. Everything is amazing, and I'm really happy to be here to see the second steering the course event of this 2025.
Yep, that is exactly what we're going to be watching tonight. Steering the Course Knockout 2. This is the female only event um, in the eSailing World Championship. So we're going to have a third one after qualifier 4. We already have 5 who qualified for the Steering the Course Grand Final. These 5 players being in order, it was IPT NF Sailor, SGR 88 from Sweden, Kanako from Japan, Sozi from Italy, and Kala Fioro. Unfortunately, forgot
From Poland.
where she is from Poland. Here we go.
From
And
Poland.
tonight we have, we have several nationalities as well. I think the start signal can be given. All skippers are in. We have, one from Italy, one from Germany, one from Japan, 2 from France, and 1 from Swiss. Yuzu is a name that we recognize. We've seen her in eSailing World Championship Grand Final already. That was in 2023, I believe.
Yeah, it was
So
in Trieste, eSailing World Championship. Sandra Yuzo from Switzerland. She is also one of the strongest e-sailor in Switzerland, and she always participates in the Nations Cup. So it's someone that we are used to see around.
exactly, and then you might see another familiar name, but maybe if you're coming from offshore, that is Black Panther, currently leading the captain of the French team in the eSailing Nations Cup offshore, and a very big player on the offshore community. So we'll see how she fares in the inshore community. So these two are quite different, as the 6 boats are approaching the start line. Is 15 seconds to go. Watch out for any false starts. Watch out for the penalty start. And how do you think it's going to go out tonight? Because we did mention Yuzu, we mentioned Black Panther. Paraticus has also been sailing for the German squad in the eSailing Nations Cup inshore. Marion en Prison is a name that I've seen already on inshore, I believe. And Nanana from Japan is also a name that we can recognize from other events. Wallix is a new one for me. I don't think I've ever seen that name before. But that could
So
be
we
an up and
saw
coming.
her. Yeah, absolutely. She has been doing the Italian Championship ranking qualification, and she is doing. She did also the steering the course last time. She did not qualify for a bunch of points, and she is here for a comeback today and try to take the qualification.
That's what we're hoping
She
for her.
Yeah, and
Uh,
she is actually the one of the student from FIV Rock.
okay.
She so FIV Rock is his coach in real life, and bring he brought her to e-sailing, and now she starting to show us what she's been capable of.
Well, with FIV Rock as your coach, she is for sure gonna gain in level because FIV Rock is a big name in the Italian community, especially in team racing, but also in fleet racing. Actually, he did manage to qualify for a grand final, I believe.
Yep, was
Um,
the one in 2021.
yep.
With that was not the one in live, is the last one we did in remote.
Yep. And well, 5 of these 6 players are gonna qualify tonight for the STC final. Um, so it's gonna be a tight battle because with 6 of them racing tonight, it's only one of them won't make it, and obviously no one wants to be that person. So they're gonna be fighting for it. So far, Paraticus is in the lead according to the ranking on the left. Yuzu is very close, and we do have a couple of boats: Walex, Nanana, and I think that's Marion en Prison all the way over there in 6th.
Yeah. It's interesting because right now the wind is shifting a little bit, so Yuzu definitely is gaining over Piraticus, and Walex lost a few meters, but we are just at the beginning of race number 1 out of 5 for tonight.
Exactly. It's going to be 5 races, as you said. J70 is the first one. Ilka is going to be the second one. 49er in third. Nakra 17 in fourth. And F50 is going to be the last race. J70 is, well, we know this boat. We love this boat. The most balanced boat in the game. The most favorite boat of the community, usually. The J70 has good maneuverability. Doesn't go too fast, doesn't go too slow. And you can really express your strategies using the J70. The Ilka is going to be a different story. We're going to talk about it later when we get to it. But it's going to be different types of boats with different types of strategies. So the sailors are going to have to adapt. And, the best one will prevail, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. And at the moment, Piraticus is the one that is showing us the best approach. She is going uncovered by everyone. Yuzu tried to do not challenge her in battle, but Walex is challenging Yuzu in battle. It's a risky move because if you start this kind of battle, you're losing a lot of speed, a lot of not regarding Yuzu, but regarding the rest of the fleet. So before Walex, she was third, comfortably third. Now she's in 5th position. She need to hope that Black Panther and Nunu are engaging in a fight. But as you can see, they are smarter than that. They want to get the 3rd position. Actually, Valeria Walex did not jibe in the right position. She jibed exactly underneath Nunu, but right now she is free to reach the mark she wants. And but we have a change in the leadership, I believe.
Yep, Yuzu managed to take the lead from Piraticus. Piraticus did catch up at the very end on the mark, putting Yuzu in her wind shadow, but Yuzu managed to keep that first place. And looks like she's now going to cross paths again with Piraticus and tack over her, keeping the control on Piraticus, forcing her to tack again, slowing her down. And meanwhile, on the right, we see Black Panther alone, doing her own race. On the side over here, no one really bothering her so far. And Marion Crison managed maybe to catch up a bit. And we'll see how this goes. Black Panther is crossing underneath Nana, attacking over her, putting her in the wind shadow again, and Walex doing the exact same on Nana.
And on Black Panther.
And on Black Panther, yep. And we see her following Nana over here. That's gonna put Black Panther maybe out of her wind shadow. Black Panther going at 5.9 knots. Nana 5.8, being slightly slowed down by Yuzu in front of her, who's going at 6 knots. That's the maximum speed actually we have on the J70 and upwind. Usually when you reach the 6 knots, you're not going to go much faster. So trying to get more wind isn't necessarily the strategy. Maybe try to focus on the shifts in that case. As we see, Yuzu and Piraticus still very close, approaching this mark number 3. It's going to be one last downwind after this. But Yuzu so far, Piraticus so far, no, Yuzu so far keeping the lead.
Yeah, and we need to stay in the next stack because the next stack between Yuzu and Piraticus will be really interesting. Piraticus leave Yuzu the space to attack. Yuzu take advantage of it, and they went really, really far off over the ley line. As you can see, Walex was a little bit more conservative and actually managed to get closer, but all the rest of the fleet now is close. Even Marion and Prison is much closer to the back of the fleet, so there is a chance for her to take off this 6th position and get back in the middle of the fleet.
Yeah, and maybe sailing conservatively is enough for this event, as we said earlier, 5 out of 6 are going to qualify.
Yeah, but so, as you can understand, a 4, a 5th, and a 6, it's risky.
It is risky,
The
but
the
as
last
long as you keep it, it should be fun. We do see this nice duel here between Yuzu and Paradicus. Paradicus really slowing down Yuzu here with the Wind Shadow, and Walex maybe getting in the mix, attacking over here. Paradicus at 10.7 knots. Looks like Walex, sorry, is slowly gonna catch up, going slightly faster now.
I want to show you one thing. Look at the speed of Marion and Prison.
13.3 knots, or 4 knots over here for Marion Prison.
Yeah, so she's going almost 2 knots faster than the rest of the fleet. And this would change a lot, because right now she's coming back full speed, and probably she's going to cross in front her teammate in France, Black Panther, and Nanako. No, sorry.
Yep. Well, she was forced to
Another...
attack away. Watch out for the penalty. Black Panther jibing onto her is going to take the penalty over here and is going to be slowed down for 10 seconds, allowing 99 Marion Prison to take number 4 and 5 as Yuzu and Paradicus have crossed the finish line. Walex soon to follow after. 99 4th, Marion Prison in 5th. And Black Panther is going to be closing the march in.
So after the first one, we have Yuzu and Piraticus in the lead, 1 and 2, Walex in 3rd, and then there is a battle in the back between the 2 French sailors. Do you think the battle between the French will continue during the whole race?
Hard to say. I think Marion Prison didn't have the best of starts, so she during the whole race was trying to catch up. Black Panther did a better start and was within the fleet, so it was a very different kind of race. And it was only at the very end that they met, with Black Panther jibing onto Marion Prison and taking the penalty that way. So we haven't really seen Marion Prison fight yet. She's been focusing on trying to go fast and catch up, and it did pay off. And hopefully she does a better start this time. With 15 seconds to go, she is the boat behind the rest of the fleet over here in the Italian skin, or livery.
Yeah.
And maybe that's actually part of her strategy. Maybe she prefers doing that, taking a bit late so she doesn't take any penalty, and then focusing on her own race and trying to catch up at the end. Risky strategy, but we'll see.
Yeah, great start from Piraticus.
Yep.
All the way to the left. Nice start also from Yuzu and Black Panther, as they have the right of way over the German sailor. The problem is where the next wind shift is coming from. If it's coming from the left, they are going the right direction, but there is a group of 3 that is going to the right-hand side of the racing area. Tricky situation at the moment.
Yeah. We have Marion Prison going slightly faster. Well, as I said, that they're now going at the same speed, but for a moment she was going a bit faster, so she had the wind first. Currently in 4th, so you see how she started last by a few seconds, now in 4th. Well, she's now in 4th. But now all boats are on the same tack. Paradicus is on the left, Marion was on the right.
They're all on the left wing shift, going to a right one. So I believe Marion is in a great position, while Walex and Nanana are suffering a little bit more. Let's see when the wind shift is coming, how much advantage could Marion has taken. Because we need to remember she started kind of poorly behind to try to go this way. And let's see if she managed to catch up a little bit.
Yep, we see most of the sailors already trying to go towards the ley line over here. The ley line is the dotted line that you see going from the mark, and that's the most direct path to the mark with the wind at the mark. Which is usually you try to stay between these 2 lines to not overshoot and sail extra distance that you don't need to sail. But Yuzu is the only one on the left over here. She's going to come in with wind on port. Meanwhile, Paraticus is the one leading the fleets on the right.
It will be tough for Sander, for Yuzu, to keep the lead because she is ahead, but like half a meter, 1 meter top, and she has to bear away, pass behind Piraticus, and now she is in 4th position. Bad moment for the Italian in that lost everything in the last couple of tugs, and right now we have Piraticus in the lead, the 2 French, Black Panther and Marion in prison, and then Yuzu.
But the fleet is quite compact, so the boats at the front are going to slow down by quite a bit because they're going to be in each other's wind shadow. Wind shadow being that lighter area you see in front of the boat. But catching the wind first, you're going to take the wind from the player in front of you, so you're going to slow them down. They're going to have less winds, and that allows Walex to get back into the fight, and that's usually what happens with the Ilka. It has a relatively fast downwind, but the wind shadow is nasty. And
look at Nunu attacking both Yuzu and Piraticus, while Black Panther, Marion Prison, and Walex are getting the lead in this new. But the mark is the right one, the other one is the correct one. Let's see if
Yuzu took a penalty here, so she's going to be slowed down. Black Panther managed to keep the lead. She is in a slightly darker zone. Wonder how that translates to the other. Yeah, they're all going more or less at the same speed, 4.9 knots. Taking the same wind, but Black Panther took like a 20-meter lead over here, thanks to that fight with Nanana, Yuzu, and Paraticus.
I believe Black Panther did the wise stuff. Nanana find herself in an attacking position, so she was like super happy that the other 2 in front were fighting against each other. At the moment, I believe Black Panther is comfortable in the lead also for the next leg. So probably she's going to win this this race while Piraticus and the Yuzu are fighting against each other. And the Walex against the Marion in prison. So look here how tough is the race right now. With the Nanana that she went all the way to the right to catch this huge right wind shift. Let's see if this one can bring her back.
Yeah, she is currently last with 20 meters behind Marion Prison, but looks like she is gaining slightly and might be able to catch up. Marion Prison dropped down to 5th. I believe she was 2nd or 3rd at the beginning of the upwind. Black Panther managed to keep on her 1st position. She's going to be the first one to reach the mark. Might be able to put enough distance to the boat behind her so that she won't be slowed down by any wind shadow.
Yeah.
That's really going to be helpful for her with after her first race where she finished 6th. Finishing 1st is going to put her definitely back into the game. And boost her confidence. Paraticus is going to be 2nd. Starting this downwind, she was 2nd in the previous race.
Yeah. But I believe the battle for the 3rd is really, really open.
Yeah, well, we see Yuzu and Nanana very close to each other, and if they start slowing down too much, Walex and Marion Prison are going to be in there as well. Marion Prison was going almost at 12 knots. That's a knot and a half faster than Yuzu or Nanana.
Have you seen the amazing tactic of Walex that push Yuzu against Marion Prison? So they are fighting against each other, leaving her alone. And right now she can come back, but this is a risky move right now.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Black Panther Paraticus crossed the finish line already, so it's going to be Black Panther in first, Paraticus in second. Looks like Nanana is going to take third. Marion Prison took a penalty. She is going to finish last in this race. It looks like Walex is going to be able to cross the finish line before Yuzu. So Walex 4, Yuzu 5.
They will be more aggressive on this one, or they will be more looking for the long game.
I think they'll be looking for the long game. I think the one that is likely to be more aggressive is going to be Marion Prison.
Okay.
Not because of how she is. I don't know her enough to know how to recognize how she plays and everything. But because being sixth currently, she wants to have a good score to be able to get back into the fleet and get back into the scoring. She's currently 4 points behind the fifth. So she needs a good race. And we've had relatively slow boats in the start, so maybe she's better with the faster boats. We'll see how this one goes. It's 33 seconds to go before they can cross the start line. It's going to be the upwind course again. And we see it's a very different kind of start between Marion Prison and the rest of the fleet. The rest of the fleet are easing their sails and staying together closer to the committee boat. Marion Prison prefers to stay far back and enter in the last moment.
Yep. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Amazing start for Yuzu and Piraticus. Penalty for Black Panther, but the wind is on the right-hand side, and the Swiss and the German are in the lead. They're going much faster. They're going almost half a knot faster than the rest of the fleet.
Yeah, great start here by these two players. These two players were the one fighting for first place in the first race, and these are the players currently leading the fleet. Paraticus with 4 points, Yuzu with 6. Paraticus arriving second in both of the races, and Yuzu arriving first in the first one and fifth in the second one. Nanana, meanwhile, is third, according to the ranking, but the rest of the fleet is still kind of close to each other.
Yeah, if the wind stays like this, big issues for Walex at the moment. If the wind stay, I was saying, if the wind stayed like that, Walex could cross in front of Nanana. Thank God that.
Sweet Sailor, nice to see you in the chat. This is live. This is the Steering the Course Knockout 2. And well, this final is gonna decide which of these 5 players is gonna make it to the STC Grand Final.
We have another amazing race for Yuzu, comfortably on the lead over Piraticus. I believe after the next downwind, we will not see major changes in the fleet. What do you think?
Well, there's a bigger distance between the top 2 and the rest of the fleet, though Nanana is closing that gap a bit. It kind of depends how Paraticus and Yuzu are going to fight. If they're going to slow each other down, the rest of the fleet is going to be able to catch up. But so far, these players are racing very well and very strategically. They're not going to overpush. Both of them are in the first 2 positions, so they're in comfortable positions. They don't necessarily need to fight. And Paraticus, well, she's staying constant. She was second in the first race, second in the second race, and she's currently second in the third race. So keeping the second position is going to qualify her for the STC final. No need to do anything dramatic. So far,
I believe
is 6th, Black Panther 5th, and Walex currently still 4th. Haven't been able to catch up with the 2 boats in front.
I believe that we will see a nice battle in the back here with Marion Prison and Black Panther.
Yeah, Black Panther managed to jump up to 3rd after her first race. So finishing 6th in the first race, but first in the second race definitely helped her out.
Seems that all the fleet understood that a massive right-wing shift is coming down, and definitely this one will be another even more consolidating the position for Yuzu, as she is already in the path. She's going 1 knot faster than Piraticus. That is seems not a lot, but it is, especially when you're going at 10 knots. And at the moment, I believe sailors here are trying to be as conservative as possible. They understood who is the person that you need to keep behind. That at the moment is Marion in prison, and they will do all they can to keep her behind, to make sure that they qualify, and we need to wait for an amazing performance from Marion to jump back in the game.
Yep. Currently chasing Black Panther. Black Panther is going to be slowed down by Wallix, who just tacked over her. Wallix was going at 11.2 knots. That's 0.2 knots faster than Black Panther. And as I said, that she's going to gain some speed.
Yep.
Looks like Piraticus is still comfortable in front. No real changes there. Nanana is keeping on her 3rd position. Wallix is going to defend her 4th. And Marion Prison had to do a double tack to round this mark. It's going to slow her down a bit. And well, no real changes so far in this last downwind. First 2 haven't changed. Black Panther cannot put Wallix in her wind shadow yet. We're gonna see when they reach that ley line over there. And Marion Prison is gonna hope that the players in front are gonna fight and slow down to be able to catch up a bit. Very nice to see you in the chat. Hope you're doing well.
As you can see, the only battle we can see is between Black Panther and Wallix. Let's see if... Yeah, and the battle begins.
So Black Panther going at 19 point... Well, she's slowing down. They're going out of that wind pressure. She's still faster than Wallix, but is that going to be enough to reach that finish line before her? Marion Prison stayed to the darker patches, and that's going to be a tight finish between these 2 French players. Looks like Black Panther might have taken it by 0.2 of a second.
Yeah, let's go. Just to go back to the results, we still have Piraticus in the lead with a 3-second position and 6 points. Second position for Yuzu with 2 victories and 1/5 with 7 points. Then Nana with 10, Wallix is 11, 12 points for Black Panther, and 17 points for Marion Prison.
Yeah, and we see Piraticus slowly taking the lead over here. So she took 1st place after race number 2. She's confirming her 1st place over here. Very consistent sailing from her. 2nd place in all of the races. We're going to see if she can repeat that a 4th time. Yuzu had 1 misstep, we're going to call that, in race number 2, arriving 5th with the Ilka, but arrived 1st in the J70 and the 49er. Meanwhile, Nanana is in a comfortable 3rd with 10 points, as you just said, arriving 4th, 3rd, and 3rd in their previous races. Wallix 3rd, 4th, and 4th, so the opposite of Nanana. Black Panther arriving 6th, 1st, and 5th, and now Marion Prison has been 5th, 6th, and 6th. So we're waiting for a big performance from her. 1 second to go.
I will say amazing start from Wallix here. She went all behind the rest of the fleet and started an amazing side. Really a slow down start for Piraticus, but Yuzu, Walex, and Marione Prison, I believe they are going to the right direction. There is a left wing shift coming. Let's see if Yuzu will tack also. Yes.
Marion Prison
And
decided
as you
to double tack to get out of that wind shadow. We see is that Nana alone on the right over here. She is in the darker zone. She's going to have more wind, going at 13.8 knots. She's slowly getting out of that zone while the others are going to be getting into the zone.
And everything is on the next stack between Walex and Yuzu. Walex go earlier as probably she's also saw the other attack, or just to cover Black Panther. And at the moment, she actually went to the right place, right timing, with a little bit of luck with the next stack. She can barely just cross in front of Yuzu and take the lead in this race number 4 with a Nakra 17.
Yeah, it is very close between Walex and Yuzu, but Walex is taking the lead. She's going to be the first one to round. Mark number 1, Yuzu is going to be in second. It looks like Paraticus is doing something quite that we're not used to seeing her do in this final. Currently 5th. She's going to be able to cross in front of Marion Prison. Black Panther taking 3rd over here.
Pity that we see Marion Prison again in back of the fleet. She did a really good start, probably a couple of tack more than she should, and that's why she is chasing now rather than leading the fleet.
Yeah, we can maybe have a look at the stats at the end of the race, seeing what the game shows us.
Mm-hmm.
Might be able to explain some of the rankings over here. Walex is still in first, and that's going to be good for her. As we said, currently 4th with 11 points. That's 4 points behind second and 5 points behind first. Black Panther in 3rd is gonna be good for her to put her a bit higher up maybe in the fleet. That's also going to depend on how the others perform. Paraticus, meanwhile, is staying in 5th. And Marion Prison is slowly catching up. And Yuzu took first place from Walex. Don't know if I already said that.
No, we didn't. Yuzu went to the left-hand side of the racing area where the wind was rotating to, and she got the easy position. And now she have a massive lead because right now Walex and Black Panther are almost tied up at the same distance. As you can see, there is a crossing here with Black Panther attacking just in front of the Italian sailor.
Yep. Yuzu's a bit higher up. Maybe she can try to reach it in one tack by trying to go up a bit, but no, she's going to do a double tack to reach that mark. Black Panther currently taking 2nd place from Walex. She's going to keep her in her wind shadow. Walex steering up a bit to avoid having to tack. Paraticus is going to have to pass behind them. Yuzu leading into this downwind. And this is going to be the last downwind for this race.
Yeah. Another amazing victory for the Swiss that confirm the quality of her racing. Strange race for Piraticus.
Yeah, she started last, but she did manage to get 2 places in, overtaking Nana and Marion Prison.
Yeah, exactly. That's why.
So a relatively good performance from her, judging by her start. Obviously, you would have preferred a better start. But we'll see how that shakes things up. But Yuzu might take first place after that. Yuzu crossing the finish line first. Then it's going to be Black Panther, followed by Walex. Paraticus, Nana is crossing the finish line right now. And closing the march is going to be Mario and Prison, with Alcalea saying well done, Black Panther, supporting his teammate in the Nations Cup.
You wanted to give us more comment to the results?
Yep, we're going to switch to them in just a second. So we did see that the best starts here was from Wallix. Usually had the best average speed, and then the largest number of jibes was indeed Marion Prison, so that's maybe how she slowed down a bit. But she did reach the best maximum speed, and Yuzu was the most efficient, sailing the shortest distance. Let's head over to the score. It's going to be the last race now. Last race in F50. We're going to talk about it in just a minute. Yuzu taking first place from Paraticus with 8 points. First, fifth, first. And then it's going to be Paraticus in second with 10 points. Second, and then fourth, Black Panther. Jumping up to third with 14 points. 6-1-5-2. She is tied with Wallix at 14 points as well. How the tiebreak works? Well, you're going to align all the scores from every player, and at the first point difference, you're going to give it to the one with the best score. So Black Panther's best score was first, Wallix's best score was third. First is better than third, so the break goes into Black Panther's favor. Nana in fifth with 15 points, and then Marion Prison with 23 points. And this is going to be the last race in the Steering the Course. NF50, race number 5. 5 of these 6 players are going to qualify for the Steering the Course Grand Final.
Yeah.
And with the F50, it's going to be a different kind of start. This is the kind of start that maybe Marion Prison is going to be good. Is going to be the one that she prefers, where you're going to be starting quite far, or as far as you can from the start line, so you can build up the speed when you cross that start line. Obviously, you don't want to do any false starts. And while reaching that first reaching mark and reaching that first downwind gate is going to put you in a much more comfortable position for the rest of the race. Obviously, it's not going to do everything for you, but it's going to be a lot easier. It's a reaching start with the, as you can see, the wind coming in from the right, so wind on starboard. And we're going to go into a downwind after this first reaching mark. As 5 seconds to go, players are getting close to the race. And a great start here from Yuzu. But she's going to be overtaken by Paraticus, slightly higher up, away from any wind shadow, so that's how she's gaining speed on the other boats, and she's going to be the first one to reach the mark. Yuzu is going to try to push Black Panther away, as Nanana here takes a penalty. And Marion Prison jumps in fourth.
I believe at the moment the fleet are choosing the right-hand side. That is correct, but is kind of early. So my choice will be go on the left one, tack as soon as I can, so I can enter firstly in that right-hand side instead of doing a double tack over here. That is being costly. Look at Nanana and Marion Prison, and penalty for the French sailor.
Paraticus still keeping her first position. It's going to be a battle between Paraticus and Yuzu for that first spot. They are in the wind pressure.
I believe at the moment Piraticus and the Yuzu are easy and comfortably in the lead, while Nanana, Wallix, and Marion in Prison are trying to take the last place of the podium. I believe, though, Black Panther right now, she is a better candidate for the third position of this second steering the course, knockout. with the result like this, we will have Yuzu winning the second steer in the course, second position for Piraticus, third position for Black Panther.
And well, Piraticus and Yuzu did put a bit of a distance on the rest of the fleet over here, 300 meters, 350 meters almost ahead. So it's going to be what's happening at the back of the fleet. It's going to jump over because we did see the two players cross. Piraticus taking the lead. And yes, you're correct. I believe that unless Yuzu drops down by a couple of positions, Piraticus, Yuzu's going to keep her first place.
Yeah. To be honest, is expected here. She is one of the strongest female sailor. She is one of the strongest sailor in the Swiss community. We were not expecting anything else from her and the Black Panther, as they're also both in the Nations Cup. They used to sail with high pressure events already, so it's not a surprise. A good surprise is actually Piraticus at the moment.
Yep. Piraticus, we've seen her in the Nations Cup for Team Germany last year, for the 2024 Nations Cup. We might see her again in the 2025 Nations Cup if she does get selected. But yeah, I believe it's a no-brainer. Black Panther is doing a pretty good performance as well, currently in third. She apparently did not like the J70 or the 49er, but she arrived first and second in the Laser and, well, the Ilka and the Nakra 17.
So sometimes you have a boat you prefer.
Yeah, it looks like multi-hulls are maybe her favorites with the Ilka.
Yeah.
I have to see what she thinks about the Star. The finish here between Yuzu and Piraticus. Piraticus still in the lead, and she is going to cross the finish line before Yuzu. Black Panther is going to get a confirmed third place. Marion Prison in fourth. It's a good performance from this player for this race. And then between Nanana and Wallix, looks like Nanana is going to take the lead on Wallix. And Wallix is going to be the one closing the march.
Yep.
And there we have the confirmation. Piraticus in first, Yuzu 1 second later, Black Panther in third, Marion Prison in fourth, Nanana in fifth, and Wallix in sixth. And well, we can have a look at the overall standings. Sorry, what were you going to say?
No, I want to say that amazing start from both Yuzu and Piraticus. Piraticus was a little bit faster while Yuzu was more on time. And that was the smallest difference that allowed the German sailor to be the winner on this last F50 race.
Yep. And well, let's have a look at the overall standings. It is still Yuzu in first spot. Very well sailed tonight from Yuzu, arriving first in 3 of the 5 races, second in another one, and then we just had the misstep in the Ilka. Piraticus in second, having finished second in the first 3 races, then fourth, then first in this last F50 race with 11 points, now in second place. Black Panther in third with 17 points. 6 first, 5th, 2, well, second and third. Wallix and Nanana are tied at 20 points. Tiebreak goes in favor of Wallix because her third best score is 4th and Nanana is 5th. And then Marion Prison with 27 points is going to be 6th in this final. Congratulations to Yuzu, Piraticus, Black Panther, Wallix, and Nanana for making it to the STC Grand Final. We're going to have a final STC event with qualifier 4. Remember that STC is a female-only event, so only females will be able to participate in this event. And this is in partnership with World Sailing and with Steering the Course Movement, the Women's Festival. Well, anything else we want to say to close up this stream, Alberto?
I want to say congratulations to the 5 sailors that qualified tonight: Yuzu, Piraticus, Black Panther, Wolex, and Nanana, that are going to be added to the list of the other 5 that are Calafioro, SGR, Kanako, NF Sailor.
Let me help you out with that. IPTNF Sailor from the US, SGR 88 from Sweden, Kanako from Japan, Sozi from Italy, and Califioro from Germany. Yuzu from Switzerland, Piraticus from Germany again, Black Panther from France, Walex from Italy, and Nanana from Japan again are going to be the ones joining